Recently, my sister visited me from Dubai, where she has been living for the past 10 years. During her visit, we recorded 3 podcasts together. In one of the videos, she mentioned that she finds the UK to be a depressing country. That was her perspective. I, on the other hand, have been living in the UK for 14 years and have strong reasons why I love this country. This highlights that there are always 2 sides to a coin. It all depends on which parameters you are comparing and what is most important to you. For instance, my sister loves Dubai because she doesn't have to pay any taxes. So she enjoys her tax-free income. And she's also fascinated by the skyscrapers, nightlife, and the food that she gets there. For me, the most important factor is work-life balance, which I absolutely love in the UK. Additionally, I prefer a stable life over a nomadic one, and finding a permanent settlement was a crucial parameter for me when deciding to stay in the UK. This comparison between countries will never end. Today, I have invited a special guest who lived in Dubai for 6 years but felt something was missing in his life. He started exploring other countries and eventually moved to the UK. So let's do a deep dive into his journey to understand why he left his well-settled job in Dubai to start from scratch in the UK, which is a new country for him, and find out if he's still happy with his decision. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself to those who are new here. My name is Sarika and I have been living in the UK for the past 14 years. Currently, I work as a lead business analyst for one of the world's largest tour operators. In my spare time, I create YouTube videos to help you navigate the global job market and find the perfect study abroad destination. I offer 2 valuable services that I encourage you to take advantage of. The first is free study abroad assistance service. If you're interested in studying abroad in any of these listed countries, please fill out the form provided in the video description and pin comment. My team will reach out to you to assist you with your study abroad plans. And the second service is paid job assistance service. This is a 3-month coaching and mentoring program designed to make you job ready. It's perfect for those struggling to find a job or secure a visa sponsorship in the UK, Ireland, Germany, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. If you're serious about your career and want to land your dream job, enroll in this service. Remember, it requires a 3-month commitment and hard work where both you and I will be working together to make you job ready. I've also hired mentors who have successfully landed visa sponsorship jobs with the right strategy, and they're planning to help you guys as well. It's also for people who want to start their career in IT and also start their career as a business analyst, where I will be your mentor. If you need a help, fill out the form in the description and my pinned comment, or simply email me at yourknowledgebuddy@gmail.com. Let's make you job ready soon. So without any further delay, let me introduce my special guest, Osama. Hi Osama, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy, and if you don't mind, can you introduce yourself once again to my audience, please?
Definitely. My name is Osama Siddiqui. I'm originally from Pakistan. I moved to UK 2.5 years ago. I'm working in the field of digital marketing with a private company, local company here in Hitchin.
Okay, today I'm interested to know your journey. You lived for almost 6 years in UAE, which you mentioned in my last video. So I wanted to talk about, first of all, why did you make that move? Because I want to know in terms of what my sister says, who's already living in UAE for 10 years. She's so fond of tall buildings, safety, lifestyle, food, weather, money, no tax. So she keeps on counting that. So when I saw your video, to my audience, I saw his video like just 10 days ago maybe, where I could see why he moved, but I wanted to share his journey to you guys so that I can understand and you guys can understand better why he chose to leave behind UAE's life and move to UK. So what was the first of all trigger point when you were so happy in UAE for 6 years?
When somebody talks about Dubai, I just get memory flashbacks and everything. I have so many memories from Dubai. Well, the trigger point I would say was when I saw the market crashing in a way that people had started losing their jobs, like people who have been working there for a very long time.
Really?
In my circle especially. But yeah, that was something that triggered something in me that what is next? For example, I had already changed job thrice in 6 years, which is not a very good sign. One was because of COVID, second was because the company was downsizing, and the last one because my own experience that I wanted to move here. That is when I decided. So I was already working with another company. So job security was the highest priority.
Can I just ask you one thing?
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned even your wife works, right?
Yeah.
So maybe in 6 years you moved your company like 3 times. What
Yes.
about your wife?
She actually did not. I've been living in Dubai for 6 years, but my wife moved to Dubai back in 2018. So she was working with that company for over 3-4 years only. So she was going strong, but obviously since her company was much bigger than mine, I was working in an ad agency, and ad agencies are comparatively smaller than these private companies.
So when you started thinking about it, did your wife not say, hey, I have a stable job, I'm doing pretty good, so that cannot be a trigger point for us to leave this country?
Actually, this was initiated by herself. Yeah.
Really?
She was the one who suggested that we should start looking for a proper or a permanent solution for this thing. Because, for example, if I lose my job and she also loses her job, or we are not able to manage our finances and everything, we would have gone back to Pakistan. And going back to Pakistan was not an option at all. So that's when we decided to take a step and move here.
Okay, so because you thought there's no job security based on the market that you saw,
Yes.
and in UAE, of course, you don't get a permanent settlement,
No.
right? And as long as you are earning there, you are on a visa, you got to be there.
Yeah.
So you were kind of worried about the fact that in the future, if you guys lose job, you may have to go back to Pakistan.
Yeah.
And due to Pakistan's current situation, you wanted to move to a better country where you can both can grow financially and be more independent. And that was a trigger point when you started. But did you not think, hey, okay, I have changed my company 3 times, but there are bigger companies, I'm going to apply, I'll get it. But was there something else you were not happy in UAE, or was that job was the main thing which was worrying you?
The second thing was what you mentioned, that this is not something permanent for us. We can't really live there for a very long time. There will be a time in future where we'll have to move somewhere else. So that's another very high and very important in my list as well. That I wanted to look for an option where I can live permanently, except for Pakistan, obviously.
Yeah, permanent. Yeah. What about the lifestyle? So when you started your hunt, like, did you start comparing or looking for country which can be the best company alternative to UAE? How did you start your next search, and what were the parameters you started looking for?
I was always fascinated by Canada for some reason. I don't know why. My wife's first option was Canada itself. We applied for immigration already. Our application still somewhere. I'm not too sure what is happening with that, but that is something that we did first thing. But when I saw that, okay, nothing is materializing, we need to look for another route. And then student route was available for me. Since I had a graduate degree in film and television back from Pakistan. So that's why I decided to, take this next step. And I was inclined towards getting a postgraduate degree. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then my wife can accompany me as a dependent.
So was that the reason you chose UK? If Canada was not working, then you thought UK.
Yeah.
Did you think of any other countries like, say, New Zealand, then Australia, US, or any other country? Or was it like, if not Canada, then the next on my list is UK?
That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Because we used to watch a lot of videos on YouTube before we started looking for, okay, this is the place we need to move to. Canada was the first one because I could see a lot of content creators talking about the country and the situation over there, the job market and everything. So that's why I was a little comfortable moving to Canada.
Because you felt you knew about a lot of things about Canada and you were comfortable getting it.
Yes. And then there was UK as well in the list, but I was not really, I don't know why, but UK never
excited you.
Yeah, excited me. It never excited me. I don't know for what reason, but it never excited me. But when I started looking at these vlogs and these content creators sharing the lifestyle in UK, I was like, okay, this is something I can settle with. Let's give it a shot.
Good. I think you should say thanks to those content creators who helped you make a decision, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. We are going to ask him at the end what did not excited him about UK and whether he's happy about the decision, but I will ask that at the end. Yeah. Okay. So when you made up your mind about UK, did you know enough that, okay, you need to be here on a visa, like a work visa, which is called a skill visa for 5 years, then only you can apply for permanent settlement, right? But you also knew that the lifestyle here, what you saw in UAE is not the same here. So in very short, if I have to ask you, what is your current comparison of UAE versus UK? What is it like?
It is poles apart. My life here has 360 degrees really changed completely. I would say what I used to do in Dubai, how we used to live in Dubai is comparatively like completely different here. So now I love it now, but initially it was very hard for us to settle here.
What was the most difficult bit? What did you see very different? Give me example.
We did not know people. We did not know people. We did not really know what to do, where to go, who to ask. Because when you're looking at something from your television only, you're not exposed to a lot of things. For example, we wanted to get driving license. I had no idea how to do that. I wanted to open a bank account. I was like, okay, I can do that, but what is the process and everything? Everything was digital before we moved here. For example, there are a couple of banks which
retail banks like Monzo, Metro,
you can do that.
Zeppler.
So these were the kind of things, and also accommodation is another level of hassle which I had to go through. There were scams when I moved here. I booked 1 month accommodation before I moved here, and it was basically a scam. And me and my wife, we had to live in a hotel for 20 days almost.
Oh dear.
Before I got a proper apartment. So that's why initial bit of my life in the UK was with like full of struggles. But now since I know people, I know the place, I know the ins and outs of this place, I really like it.
Okay. He answered himself, because my last question was, are you really happy with the decision? So if I have to ask you, are you happy with the decision you made already?
I'm most happy with the decision. I love how things are panning out in my life, especially now with the job, with my lifestyle, and with everything is going on.
What is about work-life balance? How was it in UAE versus now for you?
It's so good here. It is so good. I don't think in Dubai I had my own life. It was work. Even on weekends, you can work. Like nobody is pushing you to do it, but you know that you have a responsibility. At the end of the day, you have to complete your task. And if something is due on Monday and it's given to you on Friday evening, you need to complete that task.
Oh my God.
So there's a lot of pressure because the market is, like I said in the
very
previous
competitive.
video.
Okay.
But here, I feel, especially where I work, it's very relaxed. It's very chill. And I love working with the people I'm working with.
Good. And that's my experience as well. So this is my 14th year in UK already. Wow. And when you were talking about that work culture, it reminds me of India. Maybe things are different back now, but when I was working there, I was working for a US client. So basically I had to work almost all the time, hardly any sleep. So weekends, there was nothing called weekend. Or Friday evening, when people go out, I had to take calls at night, and going out in a restaurant and going out and taking all those status call, making updates, and then also going back home and then working on it. So I totally understand it. And that's my main factor actually to be in the UK, work-life balance. The YouTube thing is a side hustle. I would have never been able to do it if I was in India, because I would have never be free from my main job. But here after 5 o'clock, what you do is none of the company's business. It is your business, how you manage it, whether you do after 5 o'clock or on a weekend. This is absolutely, I love it actually, work-life balance.
Same.
So can you talk about what visa category are you in the UK now and what you're doing?
So I am currently on a postgraduate visa, the graduate visa that's called. My visa will probably end in 11 months now.
Okay.
But the good thing is that my company is in that category where they can
give you skill visa. They have the license, they can do it.
License,
okay, good luck with that.
Thank you.
So the next time when we'll talk about it, maybe your journey, how you cracked your
fingers crossed
skill visa. Why not? What did you study here, by the way?
I did my postgraduate in management, but it was linked with a digital marketing extension. So that's what I did.
Okay. Any final words to let my audience that leaving UAE and moving to UK, should people do it, not do it? What do you have to say?
Oh my God, this is a very tough suggestion to give. But in all honesty, I would say that you have to see what are your reasons to, if you want to leave Dubai or UAE and move to UK. If you're very comfortable, if you have a very good job, you've been working there comfortably, I wouldn't really suggest that you move here, because you have to start your life from scratch. If you're ready to do that, then obviously it's an amazing country, amazing weather, amazing people.
Do you like the weather here?
I love it.
Really?
I love it. Like me and my wife, because we are so new in the country, I think. That's why we love it. We love the rain, we love the cold, we love the winters, but...
because you had faced so much heat already there in UAE, for 6 years.
Yeah, but security-wise, I think UAE wins.
That's true. A small incident, when I was in Dubai to meet my sister, I left my phone in a toilet somewhere, and I forgot forgot about it. And then after half an hour, I went back. My phone was just there, just like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you here, I went out, and when I was getting out of the car, I dropped my phone. And the moment I realized I dropped my phone, I turned back to take my phone, and my phone was gone.
Wow.
So that was a difference. And I kept calling on that number through my husband's phone. Somebody was rejecting my call, and within 5 minutes, my phone was switched off.
Wow.
So that was my experience, and that is the comparison I did. So yes, safety-wise, definitely UAE wins. And do you miss about the lifestyle in terms of, I hear, you get food delivery like in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The kind of food that you get there, maybe you will not like that much
So
here.
the thing is that oh my God, I remove all these negative thoughts from my brain like that. So that's why I don't really think about it now.
Yeah.
But since you're talking about it, yes, that's a huge difference. When we moved here, we were so used to of ordering groceries online, and we used to get them in 5 minutes. And when we were living here, obviously you can't really find grocery shops, grocery stores right outside your doorstep. So we used to order something, and they would deliver it in a day or two or something like that. They would schedule something. So it was a little difficult to adjust with.
Yeah.
But now we don't really need anything.
Yeah. What about the mall timings, which closes at 5 o'clock? For me, when I came for the first time, of course, it was a shock for me, because in India as well, the malls are open till 10 o'clock. I remember the day I landed here in the UK, I was so jet lagged. I thought I'm going to take a good nap, and then when I'll get up like evening for 5, I'll go. The moment I'm getting ready and going out, I could see all the shops were closed. I was like, 5 o'clock, it's closed. I thought there's a mistake. Maybe there's a holiday or something. I spoke to the guys, on the street and all. It's like, hey, it's 5 o'clock. That's why it's closed. Like, oh, all right. So that was my lesson. So when my sister came here as well, she was like, who goes to the mall like during the day? I was telling her, let's go to dinner. No, we'll go in the evening. Evening, what time? And I told her, 5 o'clock it will be closed. She's like, 5 o'clock? It's like, yes.
Yeah.
So that was a shock for her. So maybe for you guys as well, that everything closing at 5 o'clock.
Same, yeah, exactly. It was a shocking thing to see that everything closes at 5. I was like, okay, life used to start after 5 in Dubai.
Exactly.
And everything shuts down here.
Yeah. This was exactly my sister's comment. She said, oh my God, we start a life after 5 here, everything. Oh, and she also said, it's a depressing country. I can't be here. That was one of the statements she made in my video.
Yeah.
But guys, let's be positive. We have to know that we have people who are really happy. We have to keep people happy here. I'm happy, and I'm glad to see people are also happy. So one word that you are going to tell my audience.
My experience changed with time. So even if you don't start on a good note, you can end it on a good note.
Yeah. Initial struggles are there,
yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Yeah. For
because
anybody.
I had to start from scratch.
Yeah. So do not be so stressed out that you're going to start from scratch from a country. Anywhere you go, you have to start from scratch. But once you face those struggles, that also makes you very strong and tough, because now if you have seen that struggles, you are going to navigate through your journey. And like he mentioned, it's a good country. He likes the weather. He likes the people. And I think most important, Osama, it's the parameters on which you are weighing. What I can see, Osama really wanted to move to a country where he can get a permanent settlement, which UK allows you if you move to a skill visa, and there are different visa categories as well, global talent visa, innovator visa, and many more. So that was a tick box for him. And then he really loves his work-life balance, which he mentioned. He never felt in UAE like he had his own personal life. He had to work on weekend, all those extra responsibilities. But talk about him now. He's going to a party after this meeting. And he's already looking forward to it. Yeah. And he likes the weather. So they're really good points. So it depends from person to person what you really want. Maybe for my sister, she doesn't like it. I like it. You like it. And there are people who like it. So if you want to give a try to the UK, though, it's not that bad. Market is little competitive. But if you have really good experience, and if you happen to find a job with a company who already got a license like Osama, maybe you guys can also get a skill visa here later.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, on that note, we are signing off from today. Thank you very much for coming and recording this video with me, and all the best to you, Osama.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.